So we got a race on our hands, y'all. And I use the term race literally.
Literally.
We got some race on our hands.
Oh, shit.
Here I was thinking that it was going to be the MPS election, male, pale, and stale election. Joe Biden just giggity showing up. Nah, it ain't happening. All of a sudden, can we get a little, relief picture here? All of a sudden, Kamala's like, what's up, baby? Like coming in.
Yikes.
And all of a sudden, we got a close race in our hands. What the?
Yes.
Kamala,
Yep.
whether you like her or not, she's revived the Democratic Party. We'll see what happens. Then you got Trump, oh my God, this guy.
What a difference.
What a difference.
You got her.
This guy, they say, the only thing more powerful than a martyr is what?
I know.
A living martyr. This guy should not be alive right now.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. So now you have this white/orange guy running for his third time. You got Kamala. I don't care what anybody says. Everybody voted for Kamala. Everybody loves Kamala. She wasn't catapulted. She wasn't anointed. There wasn't a coronation. Everyone voted for Kamala.
Stop
right,
the cap.
guys? Oh, stop the
Stop the cap.
My bad.
I was like, where?
Thanks, Jake.
That is
So,
Stop
the point is, if you look at all the polls, it's kind of closer than ever now. And I say this all the time.
Crazy.
I don't know who's going to win, but I can tell you this. Come November 3rd, they're going to be like, the race is too close to call. Get out the vote. Like, expect that. So here's my question for you guys.
I'm scared.
You guys have your thumbs?
Yeah, I'm scared.
Guys, you're in a safe space. You're in a safe space. You're going to be using the red and the green. Hold them up high, just so you just get used to doing this. Hold them up. Come on, Laura. You know what you're doing. So just for the sake of this, red is going to be Republican. Red Republican. We know that.
Okay. I'll hold the
Green
thumbs up.
is going to be Democrat. We don't have blue. So green is going to be Democrat. So get them up high. All you have to do is hold them up.
Okay.
Here's the question for you guys right now. Here we go. Panel.
Okay.
If the election was today, hold up your thing. Red if it's Trump, green if it's Kamala, or don't do anything if you're unsure.
Oh, I'm
Go ahead.
unsure,
Hold them up.
but I'm going to root for my team.
Okay.
For today.
We got Kamala. We got Kamala. We got Trump, but like a lowercase Trump.
No.
No.
It's
We
thumbs
got
up. Thumbs up.
thumbs
Trump.
up. Got it. We got, and you are going with Kamala.
It's dark, dude.
You're going with Kamala.
I'm very disenfranchised with the system that we have in place right now.
I'm just scared.
The electronic voting machines it's unknown. You can't read the code. The software code is private. So we don't know if there's malfeasance. It's impossible. And unless we have open source voting machine software code, for all I know, the votes can be going in and getting flip tallied. You see a lot of 51%, 49%, which is like, how often is that really going to happen?
Wait,
It's
but
just
who would you vote for? I think that was.
if I had to pick right now,
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm going to. I'm torn up right
Oh,
now.
but Ian,
about-
you held
Help
up
us.
green. You held up Kamala.
Well, I think if the vote was cast right now, it would come out
Yes.
50.6% Kamala, 49.4% Trump, and I can't verify that was a legit election, but that's what I think would happen.
No, but who would you vote for?
I don't know, man. I don't know who
You're
if I
torn.
would vote at all. It's
You seem maybe like more of
we're
an
talking about-
RFK guy.
We're talking about like culture and politics, and
Yeah.
I feel like getting into politics is a dangerous move for me right now. That I need to stay very culturally focused on music and making music, and not like pushing anyone into camp or like follow me towards my guy.
Right.
So I don't I don't know if I'm going to vote.
Really?
I like a lot of what Trump has done about making the United States, like focusing on the United States, but the liberal international order, which is now seems like it's shuddering under the weight of the banking systems, the Federal Reserve System and stuff with 35 trillion inflation. It looks like the BRICS economic order now is starting to move into like jockeying for predominant position, and that Trump either doesn't understand that, and he's just like pushing at something that's about to snap. I don't know. I don't know him. I haven't talked to him yet. And maybe after I have a conversation with him, I'll feel a little
With Trump?
more confident. Yeah.
You ready to talk
I know
to
Don
Trump?
Jr. I've
Yeah.
interviewed Don Jr., Kimberly Guilfoyle, his wife, I know. Laura Trump, I know. I've interviewed her.
What was
Great
your biggest
people.
takeaway from interviewing Don Jr.?
He reminds me of my brother so much. And I asked him, like, how are you doing? And he, like, came in and sat down almost like he didn't hear me. And he sat there and looked at me and went, rough. Like, I could see the pain in his eyes. And he was like, it used to be, life was so easy. I would just go to parties. Everyone loved me.
Yeah.
He wasn't complaining, but he was just being honest.
How long ago was this interview?
This is at the Iowa caucus, so 6 months ago in Iowa.
Not too
Something like that.
long.
He said rough.
Rough then,
I
imagine
don't.
now.
Maybe that not that exact word. I could see the tears in his eyes. Not that he's about to cry, but like when someone's just
Yeah.
feeling stress and you see like.
bubbling
I
up.
felt so much empathy for him.
So how about this?
Wow.
If you were going to be voting for Trump, what would be the number one reason? And if you were going to vote for Kamala, what would be the number one reason?
If I were going to vote for Trump, it would be because, partly because I know him and his family, which I feel like I could help influence and get involved with the campaign and work together. And I like that he broke up the Trans-Pacific Partnership, which was this deal they had in place in like 2010, 11, 12, where they wanted to basically sell out the American people. They were going to give, there's this thing called the Investor State Dispute Settlement Clause in the Trans-Pacific Partnership. Bernie Sanders complained about it a lot. That would have given Malaysian oil companies the legal authority to sue the United States citizens for discrimination if we didn't want to buy Malaysian oil. It was basically the corporatization of governance. They're trying to turn this world away from national sovereignty and into corporate sovereignty. And Trump got rid of it day two. Obama was shockingly for it, and that really blackpilled me. So when Trump said, no, I'm not doing that, I saw he's not obsessed with globalizing and corporatizing our government, at least. So I could get behind him for that. Kamala, I don't know anything about her. She seems actually like an artist. She seems like she very much cares about the arts, and like that I can jive with her on. So if she really wants to laugh and really wants to see amazing music made, and that's like where her head and her heart is, then I could help her.
But you would
in that
vote for
realm.
her?
Vote as
Well, if I was
president
gonna
of the
vote for her, that would
United
be
States.
why. I'm not that I would vote for her. I don't think she would be a great commander, a military commander. I haven't seen no evidence that she would be.
That would be a reason to interview her or be friends with her, but not to have her as president. Like Trump, you can give, I'm sure, a laundry list of good reasons that you agree with. But Kamala, you're like, I literally don't even know one thing that she's done that's good. I mean, what do you think about immigration?
Oh,
And how she's the borders are,
I
yeah.
don't want to cut you off there.
No.
She was in charge of defending and patrolling the border and didn't, I
Right.
guess is what the story is. I don't know. She has no military command track record.
Yeah.
We're hiring the commander of our military. That's the job.
Exactly.
Commander-in-chief of the military. That's the number one job.
Yeah.
So I would definitely side with Trump, who has 4 years of experience at the
Yeah.
very least in that realm.
Yeah.
And I guess that is the most important thing.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So it sounds like at least there was a couple things, yay, Trump, and a
Yeah,
At
and the
least
question was
not
if I voted for Kamala, what would it be for?
For,
it would be
right.
for her love of the arts.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
So like,
By the way,
Everybody's
interesting
got
guy
their-
right here.
everybody's got their reasons.
Listen, this guy's gonna give it to you real. You know, TPP. We're gonna take down the TPP, the Trans-Pacific. What was it?
Partnership.
We can't have that anymore.
Jeez.
We don't need a partnership. We need to be winning. America first. So, you said Kamala.
Yes.
You said Kamala.
Yes.
You said Trump, and you said Trump. What would be your number one reason for voting for Kamala?
When I look at like her policies and especially like what she's done in the past, it was crazy because like before, I kind of fell into misinformation about her. Like when I was learning about her track record as a DA, what I originally heard was like, oh, she put like thousands of like black men in jail and like she was like super harsh. But then I actually did more research, and what people were ascribing was she was head district attorney. Every person who got put in jail, they were saying she did it. And, you know, California is a state with millions of people. So obviously thousands of people are going to go to jail. Like, that would be insane if the number went to zero. She was directly responsible for 45 marijuana prosecutions. She specifically put a system in place where first-time offenders didn't have it in their jail record, which is great because we know that, like, most people who smoke weed are nonviolent. Maybe you don't like weed or marijuana. I know I personally don't. But the fact of the matter is, like, after that was instituted, like, recidivism went super low for those people. So they committed basically less crime / got off it / didn't decide to keep repeating. While people who go to jail and have that in their track record, a lot of times they end up back in jail because they can't get away
Pixie,
from it.
I hear you. I've heard the whole story
Yeah.
about she's locking up black men and she's supposed to be a part of the black community. But everything you're talking about is 10, 15 plus years old. What do you think her best accomplishments have been in the last 5 years?
Megan Thee Stallion.
Oh gosh, we can't
Sorry,
talk about that.
I had to do it. I had to do it.
video
I'm
was
sorry. Go ahead.
Do it.
Yeah. So from the top of my head, when it comes to what she has done as like her vice presidency, a lot of it has been just like tie-breaking votes, and not just that, but also when it comes to when Roe v. Wade was like abolished, she went to like a lot of states to like help campaign and to like basically help like communicate with the states of what they need on the federal level to make sure that women still had access to like birth control or to emergency abortion, because there are lots of red states that were trying to pass laws without exception, which is super dangerous, you know? Like, a lot of women sometimes need abortion because it's life-threatening, and some states went way too far. So, like, trying to figure out, like, what the federal government could do to help those women, essentially.
So hearing what you're saying, her greatest accomplishment since she's been VP has been her action on Roe vs. Wade.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Killing babies.
Well, it's not. What is it?
Oh,
If your life is.
Okay, we're not going to have an abortion debate, but
Okay.
Nika, you said you're voting for Kamala. Why would you vote for Kamala? What has she done? What's her
Okay.
track record that you're proud of?
So honestly, you know, not only saying because she's the first Black person who's not, in the ballot.
Making
It's just
history.
Making
is part
history,
of it. Okay,
actually.
got
You know,
it.
it'll be proud in the Black community and everything. And then I do, you know, we're not talking about abortion, but that's one of the reasons. But I feel like I'm kind of in the middle. Because, like you stated, Kamala hasn't revealed herself or showed herself or given a reason as to what she would do to help America. Because as vice president, I haven't seen anything change, especially with the Black community. I think us as Black people, if we have someone Black in the office, we will want a difference within the Black community.
What do you think Obama did to
And-
help Black people?
Well, he did the Obamacare. That
Okay.
really helped the Black people. Well, I was really young when Obama was president, so I just really knew about the Obamacare.
Okay.
And also, Michelle Obama even was taking initiative. She was going into school. She was doing the health, made school lunches healthy. You know, they were actually involved in the community. But Kamala is like, especially that student loan debt forgiveness stuff blew me off. So
You
it's,
weren't feeling the student debt forgiveness.
it's like they stated that they were going to do that, and
Oh,
haven't
you
done
wanted
it.
them to do it.
Yeah, I wanted it.
So you're like, yo, where's? I thought
Yeah,
you were
you get it, like,
you lied to me.
You get it. So it's like I kind of already got disappointed. So it's just like
But Republicans were blocking that, like, in the courts.
So are the Supreme Courts. Right?
They
So are the
paid
Supreme-
mine off. I didn't even ask for it, didn't sign up for anything. They just went and disrupted $13,000 and made the tax you guys are paying for.
Hold on, Ian.
man.
You're telling me you had $13,000 of student loans still outstanding,
Yeah, since
and
2000.
Biden erased that for you?
Yeah, because I had
He didn't
never
even
missed a
ask.
payment for 20 years. I was like, I guess, a top contender for it. So last October or something, I got an email. I was like, your debts are now zero.
How'd you feel?
If they had said, hey, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, you're not getting your money back, I would have felt great. But if they say, we're actually taxing your fellow citizens to pay off your debt, I feel miserable about it.
Wow.
And people, I feel like I deserve the criticism when I talk, but I'm not going to lie about it. And I don't want to hide it. 'cause
Well,
it's-
Listen,
Thanks,
people love
Ian.
you because you're authentic. That's so crazy to me.
Thanks,
Here's
Ian.
this guy, known. He's, people know who Ian is. He's a known guy. He's been on some of the biggest podcasts in the world. When I think of, hey, let's pay off people's student loans, I don't think of 40-year-old Ian Crossan, successful guy who didn't even ask for it.
I would have paid them off.
yeah,
It's just
I
a
applied.
low
I
interest
sure
loan.
applied, and I'm still like I gotta pay.
But let me ask you one question, because you said you weren't you were going to vote for Kamala mostly because of me
So
making
tight.
history.
It's because like even Trump, like when he was president, I liked the economy in a sense of
Yeah.
like the market. The market was very good when he was president.
Because you're also a finance numbers gal.
Yes. So it's like for me, it's like I do want America to change. I just feel like Kamala is just and let's say Biden as well, they're too much like for the people in a sense. And I do feel like America kind of needs to be controlled. So in a sense, so I'm just kind of
Wow.
tight, but I feel like I'll be hypocritical
I'm gonna
if I
tell
go
you
to
something.
the right.
You know what I'm hearing? I'm processing. We talked about it in cultural versus rational, emotional. Having the emotional side of you is like, yes, let's get Kamala in there. Black female, I get it, right? But the logical side of you is like, oh no, that Trump guy kind of got to do some things for the economy out here.
Yeah.
I don't know. Am I interpreting this the right way?
You're saying it correctly, but the emotional side would vote for Kamala because it's like I
Okay.
feel like, you know.
Anyway,
but-
speaking of emotional, I don't know if you guys have noticed. My friend Laura over here is doing
Itching.
pretzels.
I'm dying.
She's
Like,
doing
itching.
pretzels as you guys
I'm
are
dying,
answering.
guys.
Why
I'm
are you
dying.
dying on the inside
I'm
there,
dying.
Pedrino?
I'm dying. It hurts so bad. You're too smart to say only because she's a black woman. I mean, we have to think about the country and the greater good. And you said even your wallet. I mean, we have to make decisions based off
I'm
of
so
more
tight.
than just.
I'm tight right now.
Okay, but it just,
tight.
you know what hurts me and turns me into pretzels is that more people can possibly think like you. Like smart, rational people that have, you know, an awareness of, let's just say the financial part that you are, would say, you know what, I'm going to put that aside because making history is more important. It's like, I am totally down for a black female or Indian female or whatever she wants to call herself president. But just why does it have to be her? Give me anything good that she's done outside of, for those who think it's good, abortion. I mean, give me anything else good. It really
that's what I'm
hasn't.
tight on, yeah.
And for
You're
the
right.
Black community, what she's done in terms of her, border czar and immigration, that's really hurt the Black community because of all the jobs that are being taken. So, I mean, I'm doing pretzels just because it hurts to hear somebody smart that could be on the fence, because I'm thinking, wow, there's other people out there like you that could be. All I'm thinking, honestly, true is like every single thing that we have said so far about both campaigns is just, man, they have such amazing PR. We were talking about Neuralink and like getting in your mind and like changing things, and I was like, no, I think that they could do that with PR and social media and marketing. They're having that kind of effect just with this messaging, because the fact that you brought up Michelle's like healthy lunch initiative, that was just PR. Everybody who talked to, they weren't even giving good meals. It was like
Hold
somehow
on.
that wins.
Padrino, I gotta stop you there. Are you saying that Melania's Trump being nice to each other was just a PR stunt, and that the Trump didn't really want to be nice to everybody?
No, I'm not talking anything about Melania.
actually, that's a joke. That's
I'm
Melania.
not talking about anything about
irony of that.
Melania, but
Of
I'm
course.
just saying that was one of the things that she was gunning, like, okay, what's good about Obama? Well, the lunches. It was like, that's PR and marketing that probably
No, for
just
Obama,
like
I said the Obamacare. He asked, well, what did he do
That
for
had
the
a-
Black community?
So
That had
I'm
a
gonna
million
say
faults
something.
as well.
We're gonna play a clip in a second, but I remember when I was voting in 2016, and it was like I wasn't really feeling Trump, and I have friends who are very tight with the Clintons. Listen, I didn't go to Epstein Island. I'm just letting you guys know. I mean, super tight with the Clintons. But here comes this guy Bernie Sanders out of nowhere.
Oh yeah.
And on the surface, again, emotional versus rational, I'm thinking, holy shit, this guy is saying some stuff. And I go, and he's Jewish? And I go, oh man, that'd be kind of crazy if a Jewish guy was the president. All right. So I'm thinking in emotional, I'm like, all right, maybe I'm going to get behind the Jewish guy. And then I realized, bro, this guy's a full-on socialist. Nah. Forget it. This is beyond culture. This is beyond identity. This is just what's best for America. So I was like, now I'm good on Bernie. And in my opinion, I'm glad I didn't get on Bernie. But I totally understand why people are like, yo, I'm Black. I want to see a Black president. Obama. Hey, I mean, it's kind of weird. Hey, I'm white. I want to see a white president. Yeah, every president's been white.
But what about I'm Cuban? I want to see a Cuban. I didn't vote for Marco.
I'm female. I want to see a female president. I get it. So here's this clip from this girl who's basically saying, hey, Democrats, Kamala, yeah, I don't know. I'm not playing this game. Play this clip.
Please just give me a valid reason as to why they're voting for Kamala Harris. So far, the only two that I've heard is because she's a woman and she's Black. And from the exact same people that can't define what a woman is and who say not to judge people based off the color of their skin. Okay, thought we learned our lesson with Obama, but apparently not. Actually terrifying that this is the type of woman that people want as the president of the United States. They want a woman that's known for using her mouth to get to the positions that she's in. And I don't mean public speeches.
Okay, pause it right there because she goes off on a tyrant. But I do
Really
want to say
brown.
something that, Pixie, I want to get your opinion on this. This is a white woman who's basically saying, listen, I'm not buying the Kamala thing because you basically, on the far left, you're the ones who won't define what a woman is.
Oh.
And you're also the ones that are basically being like, yeah, skin color this, skin color that, DEI that. Do you think she has a point here with what she's saying?
What, that people don't have legitimate reasons to vote for her? Is that
They're
or-
basically saying the reason that to vote for her because she's a woman or because she's a Black woman, that's the reason to vote versus what's her track record?
Yeah.
What are your thoughts?
I think she does have a track record. She was senator. She was district
does.
attorney. I
A
know you
lot,
said
yes.
15 years ago, but you could look at like the policies when she ran in the primary originally. You could assume reasonably that they haven't drastically changed. And you could look at those accomplishments and say like, hey, like she has done things that, are successful, which is why I brought up the whole marijuana stuff. I think you should not vote on somebody because they're going to be the first whatever. I don't agree with that.
You don't?
No.
Okay.
Appreciate that, Pixie.
You're not going to vote for the first female of color? You're a female of color. You're a pretty brown girl. You don't want to see a pretty brown lady in the White House?
I wouldn't be in the White House, so why would I want another one in the White House?
You gotta see it to believe it.
Yeah, but that has nothing to do with what is actually going to affect America. Whether it's a woman, white, Black, orange, it's what they like their policies. that
Guys,
define
orange
them.
is the new Black.
Like,
Think of it like
Well
that.
played.
Predictive
yeah, no.
programming,
I
that's
just for me, it's not about female, color. It's not about any of those things. It's about like what is the impact they're gonna make.
100%.
Simple.
Gotcha.
And honestly, I don't feel like, I want to see a woman in there. Like, I don't feel any type of connection with that, like, at all. Like, I don't, even brown, I'm Indian, she's Indian, whatever the conspiracy. I have no personal, like, I would love to see a woman in there. Like, actually, I would not like to see a woman in there.
You don't?
No, I don't.
Why?
I don't at all. I want to keep the men in there. I want to have, sure, they'll have women maybe in pieces of the team, which I think is required. And I think that's a point of view that needs to be represented in that, in those decision-making rooms. But to lead a whole country and rely on a woman for that, I couldn't see it.
Okay.
I couldn't support it. I wouldn't want to put any woman through it. So that's why I wouldn't vote for it.
We're going to leave that right there. You guys let us know. You ready for a female president or not? Are you coming to the vault? Oh, what's the vault? You know about the vault? The vault is the ultimate event for entrepreneurs to level up their game and learn from the best in the game. Last year, we had Tom Brady and Mike Tyson, and I said to our CEO, Patrick Bet-David, I said, how are we going to top that? He said, how are we going to top that? How about The Rock? So this year, Patrick Bet-David went out and got Dwayne The Rock Johnson. So he's going to be there along with PBD, the Biz Doc, and me. Yeah, if you want to join us at the Vault Conference, check out thevaultconference.com. It's going down in West Palm Beach, September 4th through 7th. If you want to make more money, improve your business, and expand your network, you have to be at the Vault. We'll see you there. Oh, you like that? Well, if you want to see more of that, check out this clip right here. And if you want even more, check out this clip right here, only on the SOSCAST.